Hello, good morning, warm welcome to your decoding of the ET Wealth newspaper. I'm Priyanka Bhatia, and today we are going to talk about global investing, how you can do it and why you should be doing global investing. So, we all know that the stock market has touched its record high. It's been touching its new record highs almost every passing day. 6 consecutive trading days have gone by where the stock market has only been touching high. So we are noticing that there are new peaks which are getting accomplished. At the same time, is there a need for global investing? So that's the conversation that we are going to engage in today with the ET Wealth newspaper decoding. Hi Kanika, good morning. Anybody else who is around and who wants to greet herself and her community in? Okay, so the first conversation, hey Sneha, good morning, Puneet. So the first conversation that I wanna really delve into today is around diversification and how with global investing we actually geographically diversify our portfolio. There are amazing stats which are given in this article, and this is right on page number 3, and I'm going to use these stats to help you learn the conversation that I am getting into. The returns, okay, that the Nasdaq Composite, which is the IT index, US IT index, is generating over the long term is much larger, bigger than what Nifty IT is generating. So National Stock Exchange has an IT index that's called Nifty IT, and we are going to compare the returns of Nasdaq Composite with Nifty IT over different periods of time. So start writing, guys, on your papers. If you don't have pens and papers, I suggest you grab one right away because this is going to be quite a revealing conversation. So 1 year compounded annual growth returns, okay? 1 year returns of Nasdaq Composite is 39.5. The 1 year return of Nifty IT is 41.9. So you can see when compared to Nasdaq Composite, Nifty IT generates more returns in 1 year's time. Now I'm showing you the numbers for 3 years. In 3 years' time, Nasdaq Composite has 27.5% return. Okay, 27.5%, while Nifty IT has 11.8% return. 5 years data. Nasdaq Composite has 26.5% return, while Nifty IT has 12.8%. So if you notice, there is a stark difference when it comes to 3 years and 5 years returns. However, yes, Nifty IT is doing about, say, 2% better when it comes to 1% return. So yesterday we were talking, I was having a one-on-one session. I don't know how many of you know, but I lead one-on-one sessions after our women understand the money gym system and the stock system. So I was leading this one-on-one session with one of our community members, and she lives abroad. And we were looking at how to geographically diversify. So she was already talking about some Swedish stocks. Then there were some Danish stocks she was talking about. We spoke about some US stocks. And then she was saying how, she's also invested in Indian stocks. So we were looking at the entire portfolio. And then, I showed her the same data. This same data and how diversification can really truly be done. Example, if US IT stocks are doing better than, say, the rest of the world, then maybe if geographical diversification is critical for you, you've already invested a substantial amount in a certain stock market and now you're looking at diversifying, then maybe sector diversification, which is in terms of IT stocks, and geographical diversification, both are possible with you investing in the US stocks. So this is how we were thinking and using this information to our advantage and towards building the portfolio. I'm now reading some of the lines from the same article, and the article is saying that global investing is no longer a fad, it is a necessary diversification. Though in the short term, the returns from foreign markets are no different from those of domestic markets, there is substantial variance in the medium and long-term returns. Cross-border investments are also a means to industry diversification. So here, like I was saying, this is not just geographical diversification but also industry diversification. Increasingly, key industries are dominated by a few countries. A stark example is the concentration of high-end IT companies in the US, such as Apple, Alphabet, and Microsoft. The US companies have captured a large share of the value of recent IT developments when compared with countries like India, which are lower down in the IT value chain. Incidentally, US stocks can be bought in fractional units. Like in India, you need to at least buy one share. But in the US, you can even buy a fraction of that one share. So that's how it functions. Now I'm going to another important conversation inside of geographical diversification. And there, inside of global investing, they're saying focus only on the top markets. Now why they're saying so? So invest only in the countries with the most developed economies and deepest markets. The US is the obvious first choice. It is by far the largest and the deepest market. Market regulation is solid and legal systems provide strong protection against malpractice. Its ecosystem supports innovation, which translates into more successful companies. It is also saying how UK is hit by Brexit, and that's why US remains the top choice, and Brexit and its impact is yet to fully unravel in the UK. It's saying Germany and Japan could also be possible candidates. However, the more I discuss with investors around Germany, there is not great news that I get for the Germany market. The more I talk about global investing, I don't hear Germany coming up because the Germany market is not doing that well. Japan is possible candidate. Then it is saying avoid emerging markets. They could pose additional risks. So it is talking about China as an example here and saying that the quality of information is poor and disclosure standards are questionable. CEO of Globalize, Vijay Nanda, is saying China is an extremely risky bet given the way the Chinese government controls the economy. He is talking about other markets like Russia, which are not true market economies, and government intervention can create unanticipated losses. It's talking about Turkey and other countries like that which have tenuous balance of payment situations and their currencies pose unacceptable risk to investors. So China is out, Turkey is out. It's not talked about Taiwan really. It's a country that I am really looking at. There is Denmark, there's Sweden. These are all established units. Yes, there is Japan, of course. And there are many companies which are doing extremely well in these economies, in these countries. So I am looking at them like really because I have a high enough concentration in India, and I can see that yes, there is a need for me to diversify. For you, it completely depends on how much Indian concentration you want to have, especially if you're living in India. And then when do you want to diversify and which are the countries you want to look at. And probably you can look at countries which there are certain specific industries which they are really excelling in, and probably those could be the picks in those countries. And it is fairly easy from India to invest in different economies now, so I think it is pretty easy. Of course, you also benefit from the appreciation in rupee vis-a-vis the dollar or any other currency where you are invested in. So that's another conversation which is like interesting. Okay, Rupal is saying example Germany for automobiles. Okay, got it, Rupal. Maybe I don't know. We need to really see where the automobiles is the best. I'm not very bullish right now on the Germany market, but it could be my personal bias. Okay, you guys don't need to fall for my personal biases, and I'm just sharing what I find is so where I am. Okay, I am now going to share more from another aspect of this article, where it is saying that you should invest in ETFs or mutual funds. This is so for the US economy. If you notice, even Warren Buffett is constantly saying how active mutual funds and their fund managers are not managing to generate great returns which are beating the benchmark. So they're not generating, the active mutual funds are not generating the returns in the US which beat the benchmark, and that's why even Warren Buffett is talking about investing in ETFs and index funds. So the same thing is being repeated in this article, and it is giving some interesting facts. It's saying by mid 2020, around 48% of all investments in US equity mutual funds was through ETFs. So 50% of the investors have moved to ETFs. Here, I think a lot of our own money gymmers and investors have invested in mutual funds which are giving geographical diversification, especially US focused. So yes, you could invest in funds, EDFs, index funds, active funds, which help you give geographical diversification. But you know, given the kind of returns I've personally made and the returns that I've made, that I've seen our community make over time, I think stocks is a better bet if you understand how to pick good quality stocks and if you understand how to diversify in various geographies and how to be doing that. So I think this is an interesting thing. And then it's talking about asset allocation. Another part of this article. It's saying how much should you invest in global securities. There is no airtight formula. I mean, a lot of us want to look for universal formulas, but you know, this is yet another article which breaks that myth that there is no universal formula here in finance. So the expert is saying the same thing. He's saying there is no airtight formula to determine what portion of the equity portfolio should be allocated to foreign stocks. This decision is too complex and personal to be subject to universal rules. Intuitively, one should have at least 10% and at most 40% of one's equity portfolio in foreign stocks. It is always best to start small, and as you get more knowledgeable, increase your exposure. So that's about where to invest, how much to invest, how to go about picking the right industries, the right economies. If you now have done the stocks program at Women on Wealth, you know the methodology which needs to be used in picking good quality stocks, and then so you can identify countries, economies, best sectors, and then identify the companies which suit the best sector and then jump into them. What is everybody getting? Please start typing, guys. What are you learning? What are you understanding? What's showing up for you? Namita, Shriya, Preeti, Tejal, Seema, Preeti, Kavneet, Meera, Radhika, Ridhima, Pooja, Rohini, Ananya, Dvipo, Sangeeta, Mana, Rupal. Welcome everyone. So start typing. What are you learning? What are you understanding? What's showing up for you? Hey Jinnah. Okay, Pooja, you're in the Money Gym program right now, so you will learn this. Okay, I can just give you an idea. Active mutual funds are funds which are managed by fund managers. The expenses are higher. Index funds are passive funds. Okay, there is no active involvement of the fund manager, and hence the expenses are lower. Hey Upasna, okay, got it Upasna, you found it insightful, I'm glad. What about others? What are you understanding? Are you going to use this information? Do you think there is a need for you to use this information? Like at my stage, I definitely now see that there is a need for me to use this information. Okay, Juhi is saying she's considering a fraction of Tesla and Apple. Got it. Tejal, global investment with proper research sector-wise is needed and looks promising. Very helpful. Got it, Tejal. Kanika, you want to invest globally? Sure. Rupal, global investing can be looked into developed economies and then top funds. Okay. I'm not, in my personal portfolio right now, I'm not keen on mutual funds. You know, that's my personal thing. Pooja, never thought beyond the borders. Now can look into global markets too. Absolutely, Pooja. Rupal, you're new to investing, so we'll wait it out. Sure. Sneha, for global investments, US is the best bet. Avoid China. Look out for Taiwan. Sweden, Denmark. Yes, Sneha. You're pretty much talking my strategy. Yeah, that's how I am right now, Sneha, thinking it through. I've not taken enough action on it. But right now even I am studying and understanding and figuring how I want to be doing it. Meera, essential and desirable for diversification, sure. Sangeeta, start small in tested and deepest economies like the US, Japan. Okay, Taiwan is more emerging economy. Upasana, there is a tax implication on investing in global funds too. Yes, there is. There is, absolutely. Juhi, we can further divide the current equity portfolio ratio into national and international. Yes, absolutely. Preeti, sitting in India, is it possible to invest directly in stocks? Yes, Preeti, absolutely. You can invest in stocks directly internationally. There are many platforms helping you do that. Puneet, right now only investment in India for you? Global will have to wait for some time. Sure, Puneet, absolutely. Many of you who are starting out can actually wait it out. First, build a good enough, strong portfolio in India. Kanika, how to identify stable economies? As you start reading, Kanika, the more you get interested in reading, learning, the more things are going to show up. That's how you need to begin. Pooja, to start off with, US is the best and safest bet. I don't know. I will go more sector specific than country specific because, if you notice, I love London and I think UK is one of the economies I really love. And yes, I have a little bias towards Europe. But I think, I'm not going to go with my bias for UK and Europe or US. Or the, Canadian market. I'm going to more look for sectors. That's how I'm going to go about it. Ridhima, careful diversification is the key to strong portfolio. I will be happy to diversify in foreign stocks. Super. Kavneet, what timing? We just discussed global market and mutual funds for international markets 2 days ago in our Money Gymmers community. Absolutely, Kavneet. I think this Money Gymmers community meet was quite interesting with that aspect revealing itself. Pavitra, US tech sounds like a country and sector you would like to focus on? Sure. Debt market is good in India. Absolutely, Sangeeta, no doubt. Compared to many countries, debt market in India is far stronger. Jina, how much percentage of diversification should be in global stocks? 10 to 30% maybe. But there's, like I was saying, there's no universal thing, right? Upasana is saying, agree, I first want to build a strong portfolio in India. Jina, you think renewable and clean energy is big? Absolutely, I mean, that's the way forward. Clean energy is the way forward, green energy is the way forward, absolutely. Ridhima, we as a community should study some different countries for investments? Absolutely, go for it. Please propose it in your stock investors inner circle group that you are a part of, Ridhima, and the leaders will take it forward. Great, guys. So I'm glad you're taking back all this value for yourself. Please share this video if you think that there is value for other people to be derived to, and click on share. And meanwhile, while you guys are doing that, I want to share how in today's newspaper, Economic Times, it is saying how mid-cap IT companies are staying hot. And this is on robust guidance and deals. So this is very well connected with what we have read right now. But before I jump into this, let me hear some of you share. So can you guys click share button on your screen and share this video. Good, I'm glad you guys are also talking among each other in the chat. I quite like that. The community getting closer. Okay guys, quickly share the video and I will take it forward. Got that? Seema, Rupal, thank you. Thank you for being our partners in this game of financial education for women. Hey Bhagya, good morning. Okay, thank you guys for all those thumbs up and love that you guys are sending. So, okay, Tejal, thank you for sharing. Kanika, thank you guys. So, mid-cap IT companies like KPIT Technologies, Birlasoft, eClerx, Mindtree, Tata Elxsi, NIIT and FirstSource have seen substantial buying interest lately as these companies have logged in double-digit revenue growth, and it's expected to be that high until financial year 2024. So margins are good as well, and they are exceeding is what analysts are saying. So I love this information which is coming in. KPIT Technologies rallied 25% since August 1st. So it is just 17 days today and fewer trading days than that. And already KPIT Technologies, because of the good forecast that analysts can see from what it is doing right now, 25% has already been the gain in the last so many days. Sonata Software, Oracle Financials, Birlasoft, Phases, Zensar Technologies, Tata Elxsi have gained between 5 and 10% during the same period. And Nifty index rose 5% since August 1st. Now, a lot of women are telling me this. These days, because it's the bull market, a lot of people are talking about the stock market. There are so many new men and women who have entered the stock market. And they're telling me, hey, why should I do the stocks course when already I'm making money? Right? Now, तुक्केबाजी से आप बुल मार्केट में एक दो बार तो पैसे बना लोगे. बट ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कि बुल मार्केट के बाद जो है बेयर मार्केट आता है. राइट, स्टैग्नेंसी आता है. राइट नाउ इट्स द बुल मार्केट. आप कुछ भी स्टॉक खरीद लो, हो सकता है आपके पैसे बन जाएं, बट रिमेंबर कि आप पैसे सिर्फ आज के लिए नहीं बना रहे हो, आप जिंदगी भर के लिए, फॉर अ लाइफ टाइम ऑफ गोल्स यू वांट टू कीप मेकिंग मनी. तो तुक्केबाजी से नहीं वेल्थ क्रिएट होती. एक बार आपका गैम्बल लग सकता है, 2 बार लग सकता है, 3 बार लग सकता है, बट दैट्स इट. लेकिन जब आप एजुकेटेड होके चलते हो, वो लाइफ लॉन्ग आपका वेल्थ सस्टेन करता है, राइट? सो दिस इज अ मैसेज दैट आई वांट टू गिव टू एवरी वुमन हु इज थिंकिंग हियर दैट व्हाई शुड आई गेट फाइनेंशियली एजुकेटेड, ऐसे ही रिटर्न्स बन जाते हैं तो ऐसे ही बना लेते हैं. शॉर्ट टर्म थिंकिंग है ये. दिस इज शॉर्ट टर्म थिंकिंग. इट एंड गोइंग टू टेक यू बाय फार really long if you want to create wealth for life. Yeah, and I'm not a broker, I'm not suggesting any of these companies. You guys need to research and see if these companies are good to invest in. So analysts are bullish on the Indian IT sector due to healthy deal and robust wins, which are the financial year 22 guidance. So over the next few years, now it is, look at this, financial analysts are talking about financial year 22, which is this financial year, right? 21, 22. And then they are talking until year 24, how the IT is going to boom. And this is all prediction, there are no guarantees. Now, if the same, if we can use this same information and see what is being said, say about the US IT stocks, because we have seen compared to India, the US IT stocks do well. Then if you can use this information and really see which are the companies which are really performing well and then perform the same test that you've learned in the stocks course, some great companies can show up. So use the information, get into this is my encouragement. What are you guys taking back? Ridhima is sharing Tata Elxsi persistent rock the mid cap. Absolutely, Ridhima. It has been rocking the mid cap and may it continue to rock it, since these are fundamentally very strong companies. Nobody invests. If you are a new investor, you're not a part of our inner circle, you've not done our courses, do not invest on hearsay. Okay? Ridhima, Pooja, thank you guys for sharing. Okay, my video went. Okay, it's back. Jina, thank you for sharing. Got that? What is everybody taking away? Swati, welcome. Jina, you're absolutely in agreement with me. I'm glad we are in this together. So what are we taking away? Quickly start typing. International mutual funds recommended for beginners. You've already done that, Pavitra, right? In your Money Gym course, we did talk about a mutual fund which is already giving you international exposure. It's already giving you geographical diversification. So we've already covered this. You want to increase your exposure further. How about doing it with stocks then? Is my view. And yes, there are many other international mutual funds that you can study and get into if you are keen. I'm not somebody who's very, very keen on a lot of mutual funds in my personal portfolio. That's my personal thing, yeah. Okay, what are we taking away, guys? Very quick one-liners of what you're taking away today. Sure, Pavitra, welcome. Got that, Namita, thank you for sharing. Bring all the Lucknow women in, Namita. We need to together impact different cities now. Thank you for those thumbs up and that love that you guys are sending. Please write quick one-liners on what you're taking away. Seema, invest in developed economies and avoid emerging markets. Okay, that's what you're taking away. Kanika is saying, excited to know this. I'm looking forward to my stock investing course. Sure. Jana is saying, today's session was a thumbs up. And that, okay, very interesting subject to learn more on. Sure, Jana. And that's why these lives, right? If they were not needed, we wouldn't be here wasting our time. Sure, Jina is looking forward to her stocks course too. Absolutely. We begin this Saturday, so anybody who wants to jump in last minute can do that. Pooja, too much information to process from the time you joined Women on Wealth. It's hard to put all the information together, but a great start, and it's giving me a lot of confidence already. Sure. Ritika, you've completed the courses, or you are completing the courses? Great decoding session for you, Gavneet. I'm glad. Tejal, invest with proper research and not tips. Pavitra, great starting point. Looking forward to learn more. Sure. Ananya, looking forward to your course. Today's session gave you new insights. I am glad. Sneha, personally for me, get better, stable with your domestic investments and then move to foreign investments. But today was insightful to start thinking of global investments. Sure. Ritika, then go ahead, complete it. Sure, Rohit, I'm glad you joined in. Hear it. This is going to truly benefit you. Sure, Ritika, we are looking forward to helping you learn more and helping each woman learn more and more with each passing day. On this note, closing this live, thank you so much for participating, sharing this video, and really taking back value for your own money life. Keep spreading the word. Women on Wealth needs to grow stronger and deeper with your participation in the programs and in the lives. Loads of love. Take charge. Stay safe. Bye-bye, everyone.